Starting goalie tonight?
The starting goalie is Malcolm.
Any lineup changes?
Bjork in and Jankowski out. So he'll go right in that spot. Butcher in, Hag out. So he'll go in that spot with Miller. So the pairings otherwise will stay the same. The lines otherwise will stay the same.
Is Hag dealing with something, or is that just COVID?
Hag has been dealing with something for quite a while, as Butcher was as well. So those guys were, I think so. The rest hopefully helped Butch, and hopefully the rest helps Hager here. So.
You mentioned it yesterday, but what really led to the decision that made you feel comfortable that Malcolm's ready for this opportunity? I'm sure that him playing so recently helps in that regard.
Yeah, I just wanted to get to know and see how he acclimated, what the mood was yesterday. Just give it a day to feel instead of announcing something yesterday. And we told him after practice yesterday. So when I had come in here, spoke to you guys, he hadn't known yet. So, but I was leaning toward that as long as I saw he was engaged and enthused and excited, and he's all of that.
The Hurricanes obviously do a very good job defending. What do they do that makes it really difficult 5-on-5?
They have pretty darn good personnel. Big, strong, mobile defense. And they work. And they work to defend hard with a lot of big, strong, skilled players that buy in and very well coached. Very, very worthy of the top team status that the league has spoken.
So when you have a situation like against Florida where your defenseman with sort of unforced errors or self-inflicted errors, I should say, how do you address that?
Who said self-inflicted? Can I rescind that? No, I'm kidding. But Florida, it's interesting. You watch Florida, and I like watching teams that we just played. And today, they put 51 shots up against St. Louis today, and the game before us, they put 51 shots up against Washington, and we put I think we gave up 45 shots. In fact, I know we gave up 45 shots, so fewer than Washington or St. Louis. So it gets confusing. You don't like giving up shots. You don't like giving up scoring chances. I get it. But you need a context too. And Florida's hot right now, and they were playing from behind against us, so they're going to push and press and take chances. I felt that some of our personnel handled that no problem, and that was really encouraging. We a lot of progress in Dahlin's game. Pizik was really strong. Yoki was much better than he was the night before. So there was a lot of really good things the other night. Obviously, Mitzi was incredible. The power play was great, generating chances, and it could just as easily went in. I think Victor hit a post. So there was a lot of good, and you want to be cautious of beating your team up because you give up more shots than you'd like. Again, you tip your hat to them being a team with their mojo right now, and they're doing it to everybody. So. I thought our guys played well, and I think our guys are still, emerging every day, like the players I just mentioned, and we just have to keep pushing.
That's it for me.
Okay, we got one on Zoom here. You guys can go ahead.
As far as Will Butcher goes, just what does he need to get back to that he was doing in October that maybe he hasn't had in the last few weeks?
Yeah, Bill, I hope health. He was hindered, as Hager by some nagging, lingering, I guess injuries, and he lost some confidence as a result, and that took a toll on him. He self-assessed well, and he wasn't playing nearly as well as he was capable of or is capable of, and I think that. He's hard on himself, and I think he got down, and it complicated things worse because he's trying to fight through some nagging things. And again, the hope for me today is that he's fresh, because when he's fresh, he's a very intelligent puck-moving defenseman, and it's just what we need.
Don, as far as Anderson is concerned, he is now a month-to-month situation according to the injury report. What has happened to him that it has kind of made him worse
I don't know that it's worse, Paul. It just hasn't resolved. So it hasn't been a digression, it hasn't digressed, I guess, or regressed at all. It just hasn't resolved. And again, I say that. I know it's gray, it's vague. I just do not feel comfortable telling everybody what injury a guy has. That's personal. So, I'm trying to respect the fact that these guys, they have injuries. They're personal to them, and the last thing you want is an opponent to know where you're injured because you're going to come back at some point. So, out of respect for that, I can't give you details, but it has not regressed. It just hasn't resolved.